Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and denim fraternity, welcome to the presentation on denim beyond production, especially sewing and washing. First of all, I would like to thank my friend, colleague, and my brother Arif Mohammed Labu for giving me the opportunity to stand on behalf of you. Let us have a look on the denim overlook in global perspective. If you see, denim is a huge market globally. In 2024, that was $86.66 billion. And it is in the growth mode, and hopefully by 2030, it will reach $121 billion. If we look at the Bangladesh perspective, we have exported $5 billion worth of denim, and it is expected to reach $10 billion by 2030. It's a big achievement from Bangladesh, and that achievement has been possible for you guys sitting here and beyond who are working with the denim industry. Let us have a big claps for the denim fraternity. Before I jump into the main presentation, let me share my personal transformation story with you. Basically, I have started my career as a HR professional back in 2006. So then I got the opportunity to work in factory level as well as in corporate levels. I transferred factory in 2013, and I used to look after HR administration and compliance department. As a HR person, I had the opportunity to work across the departments, especially the supporting departments, along with the production department. Here I found one thing is very crucial, that actually hinders teamwork. What is this? This is the perception among the department. So the leading departments like production and design department, perception is something like, okay, we are working, and the other support departments, they are in the expense side. That means the perception is like this: we are revenue center, and the other departments who are working in support departments, they are basically cost center. Actually, the perception is true, but this perception sometimes create a mental barrier or differences among the departments that actually leads some sort of dissatisfaction among the departments. So what I did as a HR professional, I tried to transform my department as a revenue center. So how an HR department can be a revenue center? That is actually, there is a scope for discussion here, but as the time is very limited, I'll not go deep into that discussion. But what I did, I wanted to bring outcome from each and every member of my particularly HR admin department. So what they can do, they can actually initiate the cost saving initiatives through which they can also transform as a revenue center. So that way I try to transmit that ideas to several other departments, starting from HR, quality, maintenance, and every other departments. So there I see that everybody has their own contribution to think themselves as a business partner, not as a support department. So that way, actually, we try to minimize the differences, and also we actually, one thing is very important. Sometimes we say nobody understands me. So to me, important thing is to understand other people whom we are working with. Less important is they will understand me. So we did this. First of all, we tried to understand the other departments and their function so that we can minimize the differences of opinion. Because, to run a industry, you have to have a very good teamwork over there. So anyway, I am little bit going to the detail of the story. So business has certain goals. We call it profitability, productivity, and sustainability. So mainly, business run for profitability, and it has to sustain. For sustainability, we have to. For sustainability matter, we have lot of things to do, and you see the other than production department, the other working departments are there. I'm not going to discuss each and every department's perspective and functions. I will just touch the department's activities which really matter for the production departments. Let's for example material management. Material management is such a vital role of an organization. It is often ignored, but without proper material management, you cannot run smooth production. I wanted to share with you my personal experience, how we have transformed a material management or store department into a smart store. That can be a good takeaway for the young professional present here today. So what I mean by the smart warehouse or smart store, it actually started with cutting room solutions. So in sewing department we have a cutting section, right? So from cutting section we got a rule requirement which goes manually to the store, and from the store normally store manager issue the fabric rule on the basis of pattern number. So let's for example in an order you have 1,000 rule. So the cutting manager asks for 100 rule to supply from pattern A. So randomly he supplied it and it goes manually. So what happened? There was an opportunity of fabric savings here. How? See, when they lay the fabric, they consider pattern length. So if in a roll you have a fabric of normally 110 meters, it varies from 102 meters, 4 meters, 5 meters like this. So if the pattern length is, for the sake of calculation, let's say 10 meter. So if the cutting manager issues a rule 109 meters, then actually you will get a n bit of 9 meters. That 9 meters basically goes for wastage. But if the store manager is able to provide you 102 meters rule for cutting, in that case your wastage is only 2 meters. So what we do it, we develop a algorithm based on the pattern, shade, fabric roll length and width. So based on this algorithm, for first order it will be automatically generated what rules to supply to the cutting room, so that you can utilize maximum of your fabrics, and there at least 0.5% fabric savings can be done. And in denim business, fabric is costing around 40% of your total cost, if I am not wrong. So out of 40%, if you can save 0.5%, it's a huge savings. So this is the whole idea. You can try it on your work premises if someone is interested. And also another point is that in NBIT will eventually lies on you. So that management also is a very vital relationship to increase your productivity and efficiency. This N bit management also can be digitalized, and you can use these N bits for replacing the panels and that type of things. So my aim is to make you understand that how a store, conventional store, even can support your productivity in the production. So that was my intention to make you understand here. Then okay. Sorry for the interruption. So engineering department, also a very vital department. Sometimes we see engineers are actually roaming here and there. That's why we might think what they are doing. Actually, they are supplying you energy to run the factory very smoothly. They are supplying water on time. They are supplying steam and air on time. So behind the scene, they need to work really, really hard to keep you, run. Similarly, another part is sewing machine maintenance. In sewing machine maintenance, you see if you calculate the NPTs, non-productive times, you will find most 5 contributor to the NPTs is machine breakdown. So if you have an efficient team, if you can manage like preventive maintenance, pre-setting, you are keeping the ambulance machine to support, you can easily reduce the NPTs. NPTs reduction means you are basically improving your productivity, you are basically improving your efficiency. About the quality, quality is working with us hand in hand in production. And you see, most of the time we misunderstood that quality and productivity has a opposite relationship. Do you think it is true? I think no. Positive, quality and productivity has a very vital and very positive relationship. If your quality is okay, then your production will be much more higher. That's why this perception of mindset will allow us to work each other very closely and make a team dynamics. Okay, we have clubbed several departments together like planning, IE and logistics. I would like to tell a story. This is also from my life. As I have been promoted as a chief operating officer in my previous role, so as you know, I was not a technical guy. So again, I need to perform. So what I shall do, what I should do, I was thinking. So I just figure it out. Apart from technical things, what else I can do for the company to boost up the productivity and operational excellence. So I just focus on the gaps. Where is the gaps? For example, I found out a gaps that in sewing production, why the productivity is less. The IE people are mapping capacity, do the capacity mapping for each line. But most of the time we see that we are not performing at per the capacity. What is the basic problem? If you find the top 5, top 3 reason, you will find one of them is input gap. On time input is not ensured. So now let's see how input is playing a vital role. So in denim industry, everybody know how input is playing role. So we do the size set. Size set is made by the sample department or the size set lines. So they prepare the garments and they send it to the washing department. Then they do the necessary washes. It come back to the Quality department, they check especially the measurement and also the wash abrasion, and they do necessary correction. They send it to the pattern department, they do the correction, and then finally sometimes they need to do pilot run as well. If the size set fails, then again they have to redo it. So finally there was a huge time gap there. Then only they can get bulk permission, bulk cutting permission. Now why I am telling all this story, the problem lies in the production department that they are not getting input, but the work is in 3, 4 several departments. So if there is no teamwork, there is no a regulated way of working, then always this production department will be suffering, because the other departments will not understand the pain of production department, how much they are suffering for input. So what we did there, actually the total path we mapped and we digitalized, and for each and every one we have allowed a regulated time, that how much time the sewing department need, how much time wash department need, how many minutes need by the quality department. We can digitally track this time, and also we work on the changing of mindset of the people so that they can work together to mitigate the input crises. That really works. In my case, that boost up efficiency at least 3% in my previous company. So that way I try to figure out the non-technical part, especially the managerial part, where digitalization is possible, where we can merge the activities, where we can eliminate the redundant activities. That type of activities we find out, sort out, and try to manage those things so that we can get a huge efficiency improvement. So my urge to the young professional is to look into the things beyond your territory. Like you are a technical manager or you are head of production, apart from managing technical things, you have other things to manage, like managing your people, managing the other working groups, like other working departments, also managing the total workflow. So, and also one very important mindset is, if we can think inclusiveness, like sometimes I personally observe in many cases that we thought the IE team or the person who is working for IE, he is taking time with stopwatch and everything. I thought it was okay, he is trying to find out my weakness. So that is really very deadly thought process. IE, production, quality, everybody is the strength for the company, not the weakness. So what they are doing, they are finding out that development areas where we can work and improve. So if we can think this, the all other working departments apart from production is a strength for us. We can utilize them to maximize our productivity, to maximize our quality as well. Then comes the functions of human resource department. A lot of things are written here. I am not gonna bore you with all the things, but what I feel is the vital role of HR department has to maintain parity among the departments, or even among the peoples, or people to peoples parity is very important. Sometimes people get dissatisfied with the pays, rewards, and everything with a very what do you call, with the because of lack of transparency and all these things. For example, you cannot make people with higher pay, for sure. So what you need to dispense? You need to dispense the justice. whether you are paying justifically or not. We need to pay as per the contribution. We need to pay as per the candidate deserve. Let's go for a tropical example. Person A and person B is sitting side by side in a table in the same department. Person A was thinking, okay, if this year if I get 10,000 taka increment, I'll be happy with it. The next moment when he learned that person B is getting 12,000 taka, his happiness gone. There is no happiness at all. You are paying more, but again your people are not happy. So it's a critical things to manage. So what HR department can do? HR department can be very much transparent in managing their performance. They can set KPIs which can easily reflect actually and which easily can give us an idea that why I am getting 10,000, why some other is getting 15,000 or 12,000. So matter is that HR role is very vital to keep your factory disciplined and maintain parity and retention of your valuable resources. In fact, most valuable resources, that is human resource. So that way HR also can be a business partner. HR also can be a partner for you to boost up your productivity. See, this is the function of administration department. There are thousands of functions, but I am going to highlight only 2-3 points, and I will tell an interesting story to you. So it might seem to you as a negative one, but if you have question at the end of the presentation, I think there is a option for question and answer session. I will answer all of your questions. So I think everybody present here knows what are the functions of administration department. I'm not going to detail of this. So I'm going to discuss about the transport management system. Sometimes I feel most of the merchant, PDs and other departments people always in in complain mode that I'm not getting the real support. Okay, so my story is a little different. In my previous organization, there was around 26 worker bus that used to commute from a far distance to factory and factory to their homes. So I was thinking, very meticulously thinking, and I found out it is totally a loss-loss combination. Totally a loss-loss combination. Why? You see, in worker parts, after the work done, our garment worker is really struggling with the lifestyle. Especially the ladies who are working as an operator and other positions, they have to wake up very early in the morning. They have to prepare their food, then they take their food, they send their kids to the school, they come back to office, then after office hour they again go back home in the night. So it's a hectic life. So with this life, they are spending a huge number of time, at least 2 hours time on traveling for commuting. At the same time, that girl or that lady has a confusion, has a fear about his physical security. At the end, who is the last passenger? If it is a lady passenger, there is a high risk of his physical security. He is losing his time, he is losing his energy, and also have a fear of safety. So this is going for employee part. At the same time, in company's part, it is a huge cost to the company, and also transport management typically a very hassle-some job. Those who are doing it, they only can understand. So I decided to stop all the buses. So do you think it was an easy task? Not at all. There was a fear of worker unrest. There was a fear of compliance issue, legal issue. There are a lot of other issues. And most importantly, the influencer group, your neighbor, who is supplying the bus, also an issue. So it was really difficult task. But again, I made my mind to stop all the buses. So what I did, I call up all my colleagues and discuss this thing, that this is a loss-loss combination. I would like to make it a win-win combination. So how? I figure it out that at least 98% of our workers doesn't have their permanent resident. So easily they can be relocated. Major factor is 2, 3. Like their spouse is working maybe somewhere and their kids is school. So I allowed them time, announce an incentive and ask the people who are willing to come surrounding to the factories, small radius of the factories, I have announced to give them the relocation cost, along with we have gifted them with kitchen utensils. So some of them, at least 50 people, was happily agreed, and we treat them like anything. We bear total relocation cost. We buy utensils. We manage the local people. They build new houses. We manage them to create new opportunity for the local people, new business. So they are renting their house. So these 50 people came. I stopped on bus, and these people become my ambassador. So I was continuously talking to them. I was continuously motivating them. How you are getting benefit out of it, please explain to your fellow colleagues. So they started to explaining, and within the 6 months time, we stopped all the 26 buses. So it was, I think it was a great achievement. Now you might question me how it is related to the productivity. I am going there. So in doing so, how it converted win-win situation, I already discussed. Now workers are more comfortable. Their absenteeism reduced, their late coming reduced, sickness reduced. They are getting more family time. They can spend their time with their loved ones, and their efficiency, productivity, everything increased. So the tendency of, thank you, the tendency or likelihood of staying long time, their long tenure with the company also increase. That way workers become benefited. Also company benefited with cost savings, and also loyal employees, absenteeism, productivity, all these things. Local people also have their new opportunity for new business, shop, markets, and all these things. And it has a environmental impact as well. There was lot of carbon emission reduced. That's why we get extra 5 score in LEED certification. That year we become LEED Platinum certified company. So I will invite you people to think any situation from a different perspective, where you can really contribute and make this thing into loss-loss things into win-win thing. Because loss-loss thing never exist, win-loss thing never exist, only win-win thing can exist, and it is the only sustainable things to do. And that way it is connected to the productivity as well. If your worker is healthy, your production will automatically grow. Another part is licensing. Sometimes I heard a lot of little boys that what actually the admin people are doing. They are only taking salaries and roaming around. Okay, something like this. You see, to run the business smoothly, at least 14 types of license you need to acquire, and you need to timely renew those licenses every year. Other than your business will be stopped, the government and legal agency will stop your business. So probably we do not realize they are also working for us for the production. So, and also there are number of certifications they need to maintain. In social compliance area, everybody knows, but my point is, no matter how good your infrastructure is, no matter how much organized you are, if you are not compliant, no buyer is going to give you orders. And this compliance actually includes maintain business health. It regulates us to behave with our people rightfully. It regulates us to pay our people on time. It regulates us to do everything within a time frame. Within this time frame, everything will be in discipline and business cannot be run smoothly. I think I just little behind of the time, so I'll go little quickly. Here I would like to give a small example of a successful PC committee. PC committee is run by the compliance department, and normally in the organization, PCs and all these things are not properly utilized. But if this can be utilized properly, we can make it a very good bridge between the management and the workers, and that can eventually give you greater productivity and greater harmony within the production team. Because the voices we learn from the PC committee member, they are the elected member from the majority of our employee group, that is worker group. So their voice is actually reflecting the real necessity of the workers, that help us to understand very meticulously to our people. And also, see, in PC committee, there are 6 vital roles. Among those roles, not only it talks about the workers' right, it also talks about the safety of the company, safety of the people, and also productivity and organizational health. So if we can utilize this platform as a good one, then it can play a vital role to the greater level of harmony and also efficiency. And we are talking about sustainability and circularity and a lot of other things. This is really crucial, especially for Bangladesh, because in garment industry in Bangladesh is the only biggest sector where a lot of people are employed, like 4 million people are employed here. So sustainability of this department, of this sector is very vital. So we used to struggle with a few issues. I am just focusing 2-3 issues. It's a very vast subject, but I am just focusing 2 vital issues. One is sludge management. In denim industry, we do a lot of stone wash. So stone wash actually increases load to the ATP, and eventually huge sludges has been generated. But what we are going to do with this sludge? It was a vital factor. It is a legal issue. So at some time we had an agreement with the Lafarge Holcim. They used to incinerate it, but they are no more interested, or it cost them huge. So we thought about upscaling this thing. So with the sludge, we can make eco bricks. That type of upscaling thought also possible. And also, let's assume the cutting waste. We had almost 13% fabric is going wastage. Wastage means cutting waste. So Normally people are selling it outside, they make it yarn or something, sometime incineration happening. Somehow it is being recycled, but upcycling also possible with the cutting waste. So I see a project done by a Vietnamese company. They are doing upcycling with the cutting waste. They are making beautiful tables here and also bags, handbags and mobile cover. Lot of other thing is possible. So my request to you guys who are young at your age, think differently, try to find out the sustainable way of operating the business. So production accounts department also working in some companies. Actually, they are doing maintaining accounting for the production accounting. So that actually facilitate among the production department so that they are not in the chaos situation. Sometimes we find, okay, sewing production declare I produce 5,000 piece, washing is thinking no, I receive 4,800 piece. So that type of things can be eliminated through this department. Their activities, accountability can be established. So apart from production, company have to have a right strategy to boost up the production. Now, sorry, it is automatically going. So this is supply chain. You can see in the slides how supply chain can minimize our cost, and on time delivery of the right products and goods can smoothen your operational activities. Innovation and technology, you are aware of them, all these things. I will just focus on the blockchain for traceability and supply chain integrity. So traceability is now a big talk in the market. Every buyers is called for the traceability. So blockchain technology can be the solution for easy traceability. So I would like to skip these slides because team building, blah blah, a lot of things we already discussed, and okay, managing business climate or the strategy is really important things to discuss. So what do you understand by the business climate? One is ensuring enabling environment where anybody can work freely and they have the guarantee to be evaluated based on their real performance, and also can ensure the organizational harmony and discipline. And internal cooperation, inter and interdepartmental relationship really matters to boost up your productivity and efficiency. Fostering leadership development and effective human resource policy is stabilize a company to achieve higher level of operational excellence. And nowadays we need to think of our external factor as well, the political, economic influence group, technological factor and environmental factor. I hope you understand everything, and I am just giving you a reminder. And this is the upcoming challenges. I would like to focus here more. Industrial relations, energy crisis, reciprocal tariff from USA, security, scarcity of skilled labor, and geopolitical matters. There are a lot of other things to discuss, but let us discuss the very vital thing which we are randomly facing, that is industrial relations. Let's assume You're operating in a factory where everything is smooth. Your workers are happy, your workflow is seamless, you're paying on time and rightly. You don't have any dissatisfaction within the worker. Do you think you are immune? You will not be affected by the environment? Of course you will be. The other things is coming is now the territory you are operating in. Actually, if there is any disturbed factory, I mean weak factory, where workers are not treated very well, where dissatisfied worker is there, so they can make a chaos and destabilize your factory as well. So there, what we people can do to survive or maintain our factory environment good. So in my case, the initiative we have taken within the territory, we make a platform among the total management of the operating industries. We sit together, we share the best practices of each other, we learn from each other, and also develop a mutual understanding so that beforehand we can understand what is going to happen next week or next day. That is how our target was to make the weak factory as a healthy one. So this also help us to keep the territory smooth to run the factory. Actually, today is the time of running or working together, not alone. If we work alone, we never can be succeed. We have to work together. So that is how management initiative can strengthen our productivity, efficiency, and sustain the business and bring this denim industry to the greater height. So that was all from my side. Though I am not a public speaker. The person, Mr. Arif Labu, I cannot say him no when he say something about this. So it was really tough for me to talk in front of you, but I try my level best to make you understand that every department working in the industry is equally important, and without help of other department, production and the mainstream business cannot be smoother. Thank you everybody. If you have any question.
Jangir, I have so many questions.
Okay, come on.
But first question that I want to have answer from you is yes or no or straight answer. The workers that are fighting outside our doors, are they really worker?
Okay. Sometimes it's a combination of things. So, this is a very vital and sensitive issue. I see this in a different way. They are worker or brothers of worker or allies of workers. Most of the time they are not. But without the help of real worker, anything havoc cannot be done. That much we need to believe. And the crisis start from inside, not from outside. Always and every time crisis take place from inside. If your inside is intact and heavy, no outside influencer can easily harm you. You are very much correct that there are influences from outside people, ill-motivated people, politically or wrongly motivated people. There are, but that is not our cup of tea, or that should not be our focus point. Our focus point should be our internal strength.
Thank you. Second question. As all the questions, all through the presentation, you mentioned that most of us does not know. Most of us means production, R&D, those kind of people does not get involved on those points you mentioned. And if we can work together, it will be better. So why we don't know about these points more and more? Like, thank you very much for accepting our invitation and coming over here. I know you are not any speaker, but still, the knowledge you have, it's very important for us. We should know these things. We only know production, R&D, marketing, merchandising, those things, but the site support, the site talk of all these industrial processes, we need those knowledge. So why we are not focusing, sharing those knowledges with everyone? As you said that it will help everyone to become better. So why you are not sharing these things with everyone?
If I rightly get you wrong.
Why we don't have the practice of knowing these knowledges more and more?
Okay, it's a very vital and good question indeed. So actually, as I mentioned repeatedly, perception matters. Perception about the other departments is really matters. So when your perception will be clear, then you will develop mutual respect to each other. So now it's a role of the company management and also the individual departments to show up themselves and to also present themselves in front of the core department and make them some food for thoughts that how importantly they are also aligned and helping the production departments. It is their role as well. At the same time, it is the role of production management also to know his colleagues, what they really do and how they can contribute to their works. So now perception is something like, okay, we are the revenue generating department, we are production department, we are producing, and other departments, what they're doing, I don't know, or I don't even want to know what they are doing. So they are actually in the part of expenditure. So that mindset, if we can change this mindset into that, if the production manager or production head can think very inclusively that everyone, the IE manager, quality manager, admin manager, everyone is strength for me and everyone will work for me to boost up my production. So if that type of broadness and thought process is taken place in the mind of our people, then definitely we can grow together and do excellent teamwork. Thank you. Yes, please.
Thank you, Jahangir bhai, for your nice speech. So I am from marketing side actually, and right now the marketing team is facing a major challenges actually. Costs are rising across the everywhere, while FOB price is dropping in every steps actually. So what strategic would you suggest for marketing
Your
professionals?
voice is not clear. Can you?
Yeah, okay. So my main point is that right now the marketing team is facing major challenges because of FOB dropping, whereas each and every material increasing low. Even the wages increasing, whereas chemical increasing, fabric price increasing, but the FOB from garments is dropping. So what is your suggestion or what is your analysis for the marketing professionals for us actually? You understand my question?
Yeah. Thank you very much for your valuable question. It's indeed a very good question. So to me, pricing is not related to costing. It's your strategy. It's not at all related to your costing. It's all about your strategy, what strategy you are working with. If we can differentiate ourselves in terms of sustainable initiative, in terms of product diversification, in terms of design diversity, in terms of other wearability of your denim, easily you can claim some more price from the buyers. Another thing is what I feel is especially in Bangladesh, we have, don't get me wrong, some sort of cannibalism is there. That's why, as a marketing people, you had to struggle more for the pricing. So, hope the authority will understand the gravity of the things and they'll take proper initiatives. And in our part, who are in the managing part, development, product development part, we can focus on the product diversification and developing, bringing innovation into the products what actually do not exist today in the world. Then your price cannot be assumed by the buyers. Then you can get better price. The job is tough, but it is possible.